Welcome back to Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers. Now you are reached to the most important part of Kotlin list. That is nothing but iterating over list in Kotlin. In this episode, I'm going to show you the 5 ways to operate a list in Kotlin. First way is forEach method. Using forEach method, I can iterate the list. For example, I have a list of numbers here. Now I want to print each and every element of this list. How I can do this? I can use by the help of forEach methods. Now let's see numbers. Let's print the values. Numbers dot forEach. We have forEach function like this. We have forEach function, and now by default each and every element is stored in the inside it. You can see this is an it. It is highlighted. Now we can access the it and we can print the value like this. Print. Let's make the quotes and underscore it and up space. Now let's see the magic. If I print this one or if I run the program, now you will see these elements from the list. Actually what it does, forEach does, it gets each and every element of numbers and initialize that to this int value or it value, and then we can do some coding with that. It says it is very simple. Or the second trick, I want to print a space here to output here to the next line. The simple way is the simple for loop. How we can do with the simple for loop? Now let's see. I have for, this is the for, and we can specify the it as I mentioned here for it in numbers. For it in numbers, do this piece of code. This is this for it is the same thing as forEach. So now here by default it is initializing as it. Now I want to initialize each element of this numbers list to it one by one, and I want to run some piece of code along with that. Now this one I want to print this same thing. Now let's see the result. If I print that, now you can see the same result I'm getting here also. Now you can see the same result I'm getting there. Now the next step is ListIterator and while loop. How can I do that? For list operator, first I have to create ListIterator like this. Val ListIterator equal to numbers dot ListIterator. Sorry, ListIterator. First I want to create an iterator object of this number or this list. I want to create an object of iterator list of this number list, and then I can use the while function, while syntax or while loop like this. List iterator, this name our iterator numbers dot, we can check has next, it means has any value. If it has next, then print this one it. Let's see, print, I want to print here same thing. I want to print here not the it, but I want to change it to ListIterator dot next. This ListIterator dot next, it will get the value of the current item, and also it will increment the ListIterator position by 1. For the first time, if we come here, the numbers.ListIterator function will make a pointer and point that to the first or the beginning of a list. So this 0 is the first item. I means when we do ListIterator.next, it will get this value and increment the pointer to this. Now second time the pointer is looking to this item, and now it will check list has next value. Now its pointer is here. Now it will check here, it has any value? Yes, it has value. Print it, and at the end, when ListIterators.next get the elements of 5 and it increment this list, it increment this pointer to 5 to 6 like this. If increment that pointer to 6, now in the sixth element we don't have anything, so the while has next, ListIterator has next function will be false, and while loop will not work anymore. Now let's see the output. We can get the same result that it was in the past. Now I have to print some print a line to separate the output. So the final one, for loop with item index. For loop with item index is very simple. Now you can see the list, the data is the same thing. The third or the fourth one, I want to print the println. The fourth one is very simple. For I want to make for it in 0 until. It is very clear. It is very clear. This is the beauty of Kotlin. It is very clear. It is like English language. It means for integer numbers n, for any number between n 0 until what? Until a specific number. What is that number? We can specify that as a numbers.size. It means get this item 0 from the between the 0 and until the size of this array. If the size of this list is 5, so get the items from the 0 to 5th element. Now we can output anything we want. We can output the elements. How I can do that? Now print double quotes. Inside that we can have numbers. Sorry for that. We have to first input $sign and numbers, and inside numbers I have to input it. It means it will get the index of it, and it will send index as a send index of it to the numbers, and it will print the specified index here. Now let's see the index. Print. Now you can see the index. It's very simple. The fifth one, println. What is the fifth one? For each index that gives us index and value items. Now this is very cool. This is really cool. For each index that give us index and value in the each items. What if sometimes I need the index of elements and the value of elements? How can I get that also? I can get that with the help of forEachIndexed function, numbers dot forEachIndexed. Now I am using the second parameters, index, and then I has a item. Then you can perform anything you want. Now let's print the numbers. Print, not the ln. Okay, let's print println, and then number, it is a string. Inside the number I want to print the index that I am giving here, and after index again the parenthesis, after the parenthesis equal sign, and then I want to print the item. Now let's review this. For each index head and index an item, it will get each and every element of this list, numbers list, and send that element index in this index and the item and the value for this item, and then we can print that value here. Now let's see the output. Now look at the output. Numbers 0, number 1 is index 1, number of index 2 is 2. This was 5 types of looping, 4 types of iterating a list in Kotlin. That is it for this video. If you like the video, please thumbs up. If you have any problem, comments below. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. You will be the first one in the next video to notify, and also turn on the notification. Thank you for watching. See you soon on the next video.